As I navigate through life, I often find solace and strength in the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers. Their profound insights, encapsulated in succinct quotes, have the power to transform our perspectives and guide us through life's challenges. Today, I want to share my journey of analyzing and applying some of the most famous Stoic quotes, and how their teachings have had a profound impact on my everyday life. Join me as we delve into the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, and discover how their words can inspire and empower us. Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When I first encountered this quote from Marcus Aurelius, it struck me with its profound simplicity. The notion that we have control over our mind, but not external events, resonated deeply with me. In my daily life, I often found myself getting frustrated by circumstances beyond my control. Whether it was a difficult colleague at work or an unexpected change in plans, these external events seemed to dictate my emotional state. Inspired by Aurelius's wisdom, I began to focus on my internal reactions instead of the external triggers. I practiced mindfulness, reminding myself that while I couldn't control what happened around me, I could control how I responded. This shift in perspective brought an incredible sense of empowerment. I no longer felt like a victim of circumstances, but rather a master of my own mind. By embracing this Stoic principle, I found a newfound strength to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus's words echoed a similar sentiment to Aurelius's, reinforcing the idea that our reactions define our experience. Reflecting on this quote, I realized how often I allowed my emotions to be dictated by external events. A negative comment from someone could ruin my day, while an unexpected setback could leave me feeling defeated. To internalize Epictetus's wisdom, I began to practice emotional regulation. Whenever faced with a challenging situation, I paused and reminded myself that my reaction was within my control. Instead of reacting impulsively, I chose to respond thoughtfully. This approach transformed my interactions and experiences. I noticed that by maintaining a calm and composed demeanor, I could diffuse conflicts and find solutions more effectively. Epictetus's teachings empowered me to reclaim my emotional well-being and approach life with a sense of equanimity. Seneca, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca's observation about the power of our imagination to create suffering struck a chord with me. I realized how often I allowed my mind to wander into worst-case scenarios, amplifying my anxieties and fears. This quote prompted me to examine the role of my thoughts in shaping my experiences. To counteract this tendency, I embraced the practice of cognitive reframing. Whenever I found myself spiraling into negative thoughts, I consciously challenged them. I asked myself if there was evidence to support my fears or if I was catastrophizing. This simple practice helped me break free from the grip of imagined suffering and focus on the present moment. Seneca's wisdom taught me that by mastering my thoughts, I could alleviate unnecessary suffering and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Aurelius's quote about obstacles being opportunities for growth resonated deeply with me. In my journey, I often encountered challenges that seemed insurmountable. Whether it was a professional setback or a personal struggle, these obstacles felt like roadblocks to my progress. inspired by Aurelius's perspective, I began to view obstacles as opportunities for growth. Instead of avoiding challenges, I embraced them with a sense of curiosity and determination. I recognized that each obstacle held valuable lessons and opportunities for self-improvement. This shift in mindset transformed my approach to adversity. I no longer saw challenges as barriers, but as stepping stones toward personal growth and resilience. Aurelius's wisdom reminded me that by facing obstacles head-on, I could transform them into catalysts for positive change. Epictetus, he who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. This quote from Epictetus brought a sense of lightness and humor to my journey of self-discovery. I realized how often I took myself too seriously, becoming entangled in self-criticism and judgment. Epictetus's wisdom encouraged me to embrace self-compassion and find humor in my imperfections. By adopting a more playful attitude toward myself, I found it easier to navigate challenges and setbacks. I learned to laugh at my mistakes and view them as opportunities for growth rather than failures. This shift in perspective not only alleviated stress but also fostered a sense of resilience and self-acceptance. Epictetus's teachings reminded me that by embracing humor and self-compassion, I could navigate life's ups and downs with a light heart and a positive outlook. Seneca, begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Seneca's call to embrace the present moment resonated deeply with me. I realized how often I deferred my happiness to the future, waiting for the right circumstances to live fully. This quote prompted me to reevaluate my approach to life and make the most of each day. Inspired by Seneca's wisdom, I began to practice gratitude and mindfulness daily. I made a conscious effort to savor the present moment and appreciate the simple joys of life. This shift in mindset brought a profound sense of fulfillment and contentment. Seneca's teachings reminded me that each day is an opportunity to live fully and embrace the richness of life. By living in the present moment, I discovered a deeper sense of joy and purpose. Conclusion: embracing Stoic wisdom in everyday life, through the lens of Stoic philosophy, I have embarked on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. The timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca has provided me with profound insights and practical tools to navigate life's challenges. By analyzing and applying their famous quotes, I have learned to master my mind, regulate my emotions, and embrace each moment with gratitude and presence. These Stoic principles have not only improved my relationships but also empowered me to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. I invite you to explore the wisdom of Stoic philosophers and incorporate their teachings into your own journey. Embrace the power of your mind, practice empathy and compassion, and find humor and joy in the imperfections of life. The wisdom of the Stoics awaits, guiding you toward a life of inner strength, resilience, and fulfillment.